Words of warning from Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday at a joint session of Congress. The Israeli leader voicing his criticism for the nuclear deal on the table right now with the country of Iran. For a reaction, let's bring in our political panel of siblings. Dallas Woodhouse, a Republican consultant, and his brother Brad Woodhouse, a Democrat, is the president of Americans United for Change. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Good morning.
Brad, what do you think? I thought Bibi Netanyahu made a compelling case. He says Iran is on the verge of getting the bomb. Don't let them have it.
Well, I mean, that's what he said, but he didn't outline any alternative to stop him. I mean,
he did. He said, don't let them enrich anymore.
Well, he said, but what is he suggesting, Steve? Does he want the U.S. to put ground troops in there to stop them from doing it? Does he want us to bomb them to stop them from doing it? Does he want us to use nuclear weapons to stop? He made the case that, I mean, the sanctions have not stopped them from keeping inspectors out. The sanctions have not stopped them from pursuing a nuclear program.
Right.
You know, this was a speech for a domestic political audience in Israel. It should have been at the National Press Club. It should not have been to a joint session of Congress.
I apologize, Brad, that I was arguing with you. That's your brother's job. Dallas, why?
I got to tell you something.
I'm getting ganged up here.
My brother and I have both been to Israel with our father, who's now deceased, and I'll say that I'll stand with Prime Minister Netanyahu. I wish, Steve, that we could trade President Obama for Prime Minister Netanyahu if we throw in a couple of draft picks, a box of popcorn, and a player to be named later, because we saw some real leadership in Washington yesterday from the Prime Minister.
You saw bluster. It was just...
No, it's not. He is not going to let his country
Dallas,
be
he
put
did
in
not say
further risk. Well,
he didn't say.
Why does President Obama want to reward the Iranians for bad behavior? I have never seen an ally more mistreated than President Obama has treated the Israelis.
Okay, guys.
And it's wrong, and you ought to be embarrassed.
He didn't suggest anything new.
You two are not going to agree on that, which is good. That's why we brought you in. You expressed both points of view. Now, here's something else you're not going to agree on. Hillary Clinton's email. She apparently had an email server in her basement up in Chappaqua. Brad, this is a problem for somebody who wants to be president, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think this is the scandal that's not scandalous.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, no, I'm not kidding you, Steve. I mean, look, Michael McCasey used private email. Michael Chertoff used private email. He wasn't
Secretary of State.
Colin Powell used private email.
He used an official Secretary.
Incidentally, let me. John Kerry is the very first Secretary of State to even use an official email account.
Okay.
They've
so
turned
you're saying
over
it's nothing new.
They've turned over 55,000 pages of email.
Brad, Brad, thank you very much. Dallas, 15 seconds.
Willful misconduct on Ms. Clinton's behalf, because as a first lady, as a former senator, she knows the value of public records. And what needs to happen now is all of those emails need to be public immediately.
That would be good.
They're public to some people, the people that own the servers, that are not in the government hands. This is a real disgrace, and she's going to have to answer for it.
Well, apparently the Clintons actually own the servers, and that's the problem. All right, Brad and Dallas, thank you very much for joining us live. Spirited, as always. All right, meanwhile, then...